Hi everyone, welcome back to Pharmacology classes by MSR. In this video, we will discuss about cell junctions. So today we will discuss about cell junctions, which is in the first unit of your HAP. So cell junction. These cell junctions are also called as intercellular bridges. So why we are calling it as bridges is nothing but these intracellular bridges or the cell junctions are the cellular structures which are helping for the adhesion of one cell to the other cell. So that is the reason we are calling it as cell junctions or intercellular bridges. There are three different types of bridges, which are occluding junctions, communicating junctions and anchoring junctions. So let's discuss the first type of junction, which is occluding junction, which is also called as tight junction. Occlusion is nothing but blocking. So here these occluding junctions are very tightly packed so that they prevent or block or occlude the movement of ions or molecules from one cell to the other cell. That is the reason they are termed as occluding junctions or tight junctions. So these tight junctions, they are made up of bridge which have two halves, one half from one cell, the other half from the other cell, which are tightly packed. So both these halves of the two different cells, they are very tightly packed. There are no spaces between this junction so that they prevent the exchange of ions or molecules from these junctions. So you can see the image of the tight junctions. So the tight junctions are formed of the junctional proteins. So there exists the intercellular spaces. The two plasma membranes each have from two different cells. So two halves of two cell membranes are attached by the junctional proteins, but they are very tightly packed. So you can see the animated image over here, where which prevents the entry of ions or molecules. So this is about, so they are preventing the entry or the movement of ions or molecules between the cells. So they are very tightly packed, so they are called as occluding junctions. Moving on to the functions of tight junctions, they provide the strength and stability to the tissues because they are very tightly packed, and they regulate the interexchange of ions, water and a variety of macromolecules between the cells. It's a very tight junction, so they prevent the lateral movement of the proteins and lipids in the cell membranes. And the tight junction in the brain capillaries forms the BBB, which is the blood-brain barrier, which will prevent the entry of many substances from the capillary blood into the brain tissues, which is protecting our brain tissue. So only lipoidal drugs or substances can enter because the membrane is of lipoidal in nature. So lipid soluble drugs can cross this blood brain barrier. The second type of junction are communicating junctions. So as the name indicates, they help to communicate. So these junctions are permitting the exchange of substances between the cells. That is the reason we are calling it as communicating junctions. So this junction will permit the movement of ions or molecules from one cell to the other. So this communication is happening by gap junctions and chemical synapse. So gap junctions, which are helping for the communicating junction. So this gap junction is nothing but the proteins in this junction, they will form the holes between the adjacent cell membranes. So because of these holes, the exchange of ions or molecules can easily happen through these holes. So usually these gap junctions are present in the heart, epithelial cells of the intestinal mucosa. The membranes are very closely packed with intercellular space of 2.5 to 3 nanometers, and this gap junctions are helping for the exchange of the substances between the cells. So they contain the 6 subunits of proteins which are called as connexions or connexons. So these proteins are making a whole which is helping for the exchange of ions. So as I told, there are 6 proteins which are called as connexons, which are connecting the two different cell membranes. So the plasma cell membrane of one cell and the other cell are attached by these connexons, which are the connecting proteins. These connecting proteins itself, they form a whole. You can see the structure over here. like a whole structure is there within this protein. So because of the hole formation, there is the exchange of ions or molecules through these holes between the cell membranes. Gap junctions, which are helping for the exchange of substances between the cell membranes. So these channels, they will permit the passage of glucose, amino acids and other ions and molecules and substances which are having a molecular weight less than 1000 Daltons. So they are also helping for the exchange of chemical messengers between the cells for the propagation of the action potential from one cell to the other cell. All these are the functions of the gap junctions. The next channel in the communicating junction is the chemical synapse. So anywhere synapse indicates a site of transmission where two neurons or a neuron and a muscle or a neuron and a gland are communicating or transmitting or exchanging the information. So chemical synapse is nothing but a junction where the signals are being transmitted or the chemicals are being released and they are transmitted from one neuron to the other or from one neuron to the muscle or neuron to the gland, like that. So it is communicating between the two neurons or between neuron and a cell or neuron and a gland. So that is the reason it comes under the communicating junction. So last type of junction is anchoring junction. This anchoring junction, as the name indicates, anchoring, to withhold or to hold something. So anchoring junctions provide the strength to the cells which act as a mechanical attachment, and they provide firm attachment with the cells, between the cells or between the cell and the extracellular matrix, like that. And these anchoring junctions, they are usually present in the heart muscles or the epidermis of the skin. It is of two types: actin filament attachment and intermediate filament attachment. So actin filament attachment, it has two types: adherens junction and focal junction, whereas intermediate filament attachment, it is desmosome and hemidesmosome. So the actin filament is nothing but it is a specific protein which is present in the muscle cells. Then under that we have adherens junction, which is helping for the communication between the cells. Cell to cell communication is because of this adherens junction. So this junction is helping to hold together two different cell membranes, and the transmembrane proteins called as cadherins are helping for this attachment. Cadherins are the transmembrane proteins which are helping for the attachment of two cells together by the adherens junction. So this is present in the intercalated discs between the branches of cardiac muscle. So during the contraction and relaxation of the cardiac muscle, the muscle fibers are held together by this adherens junction. Focal adhesion. This focal adhesion, it is helping for the attachment of a cell to the extracellular matrix. The transmembrane proteins called as integrins. Integrins are the proteins which are helping for the attachment of the cell membrane to the extracellular matrix by the focal adhesion. Intermediate filament attachment. Here the attachment is dependent upon desmosomes or hemidesmosomes. So the desmosomes are helping for the attachment between two different cells. So the intermediate filaments which are connecting two different cells or two adjacent cells together is by desmosome, whereas hemidesmosomes are helping for the attachment of a cell to the extracellular matrix. The intermediate filaments which are connecting a cell to the extracellular matrix are called as hemidesmosomes. So here I have been given two images which are giving you the examples how the attachments happens by the tight junctions, gap junctions, and also the communicating junctions and adhering junctions. So the tight junctions, if you can see, they are very closely attached, very tightly packed, so it prevents the exchange of ions. If you see the gap junctions to the right side, you can see in the below side it is mentioned as gap junctions where there are spaces. So they will have exchange of ions or molecules or substances between the cells. Whereas these adherens junctions, they are helping for the attachment of two different cells by the desmosomes or by the proteins called as actin filaments. So the cell to cell attachment is done by the desmosomes or by the tight junctions and all, whereas the hemidesmosomes and focal adhesions, these are the two which are helping for the attachment of cell to the extracellular matrix.